Chapter 9. The Sand Model. The Sand Model. Versioning and the Base Group. Zero versioning is one reason I remained stuck in the base group. As mentioned earlier, there's no universal solution or cocktail that instantly elevates everyone to the isosceles group. However, if the members of the isosceles group have succeeded, in part due to versioning, I believe we can learn from their strategies. They got it right, so why not follow their lead? The anonymous base group. One realization about the base group struck me while observing crowds in New York City during morning commutes. The same can be seen at trade stations in China, Bangladesh, or India, hordes of people flowing in and out of trains. It was nearly impossible to distinguish individuals in this sand sea of humanity. They resembled grains of sand on a beach, visible as a collective but invisible as individuals. That's when it hit me. I was part of this vast base group, invisible to the world. Outside of my coworkers, family, friends, and perhaps neighbors, nobody knew me. I was virtually a nobody in society. How could anyone seek my services or purchase from me if I was invisible to them? I wasn't recognizable as a person, product, or service. Like the countless others navigating the world unseen and unrecognized, my efforts and existence felt small. Comparing myself to members of the isosceles group made it even clearer. People like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Page, and others are well known and respected globally. Even the bosses at my company, though they held authority in our workplace, were far from famous. They might be known within the company, but beyond that, their influence was negligible. While some executives achieve recognition, they are still nowhere near the visibility of the isosceles group. Most of us in the base group sustain the economy, nurture communities, and raise families. But these efforts rarely translate into the kind of recognition enjoyed by members of the isosceles group, those who have managed to become visible and distinguished for their contribution. Even at work, the right people need to know your name. Visibility matters more for a promotion than simply working hard. The isosceles group, visible, celebrated, and impactful. Why was this the case? As I reflected, it became evident. I had not created anything or solved any significant problems for the world to acknowledge me. I had lived for decades without even copying a working solution and added a twist to improve it, let alone contribute to a single full-fledged solution. I hadn't created anything, a website, a blog, a product, or even a small company. I had no platform to share my story or showcase my expertise. I was quite simply anonymous. Well, now you know why I wasn't attracting success from other groups or even the universe. I was simply waiting for magic. My phone wasn't ringing off the hook, nor was my inbox overflowing with emails from customers or investors. They had no reason to reach out because I never created or gave them one. I had confined myself to the familiar, work, family, and friends. In stark contrast, the isosceles group have made themselves attractive. They consist of individuals whose contributions have elevated them to prominence. Consider Richard Branson, who started Virgin as a small record store and expanded it into a global empire spanning music, airlines, space travel, and telecommunications. Or Jeff Bezos, who transformed e-commerce with Amazon from his garage after leaving a promising career in finance. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, spent years in relative obscurity as a schoolteacher before his vision reshaped global trade. Now I understood why I felt like sand, blown aimlessly by the wind, directionless and invisible. Beyond my immediate circle, no one knew who I was, not online, not in the neighboring state, and certainly not known nationally. No one cared either, except for the occasional hacker trying to exploit my identity for their gain. I had no Wikipedia page, no YouTube channel, no digital footprint to speak of, and I never made the news. By all accounts, I was invisible. This realization terrified me. My thoughts veered into an uncomfortable conclusion. Members of the base group might live their entire lives unnoticed, contributing anonymously to society until they die. They become unsung contributors to their jobs, fading slowly into obscurity as companies retain records of profits, but quickly forget the individuals who helped build them. I wonder if this was the inevitable fate of the base group, to work tirelessly their whole life, remain invisible, and then descend into an even deeper obscurity after retirement in an assisted living facility or nursing home. The thought was unsettling. It made me realize how vital it is to break free from the base group by creating, contributing, and solving problems that matter, not just for recognition, but to leave a meaningful imprint on the world. Fear, and even the pursuit of financial freedom, loses its power as a motivator when you consider this line of thought. In contrast, the isosceles group is filled with individuals who are celebrated, well-known, and universally appreciated. Many of them have been in the limelight for years and will continue to be remembered long after they're gone. Also, even if they do not remain in their homes in old age, their assisted living and nursing home care facilities will be of superior quality to those available to the base group. I researched some of these prominent names to understand the journeys that brought them such recognition. Elon Musk was already making waves at the age of 12 when he created and sold his game Blaster for $500. This early success was just the beginning, leading to ventures like Zip2, Tesla, and beyond. Jeff Bezos gained widespread recognition after founding Amazon. Before that, as an employee, he was virtually unknown. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the co-founders of Google, rose to prominence in the late 1990s with their groundbreaking search engine, which eventually became the dominant player in online search. Howard Schultz became a household name in the 1980s and 1990s as the CEO of Starbucks, transforming it into a global coffeehouse chain and cultural icon. Michael Dell made his mark in the 1980s and 1990s as the founder of Dell Inc., revolutionizing the personal computer industry with direct-to-consumer sales. Reed Hastings gained recognition in the late 1990s as the co-founder and CEO of Netflix. What began as a DVD rental-by-mail service evolved into one of the world's leading streaming platforms. Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba Group, achieved international fame in the late 1990s and early 2000s as Alibaba became a global e-commerce giant. Interestingly, Jack Ma started as a tour guide in China and later worked as a schoolteacher for years, roles in which he remained relatively unknown before his entrepreneurial success. These examples highlight that many members of the isosceles group rose to prominence not because of who they were as a person or where they started, but because of what they created and contributed to the world. Their impact and achievements set them apart, ensuring their visibility and legacy. Being an employee is undeniably valuable to society and employers. As employees, we contribute in diverse ways, playing essential roles across professions, industries, and sectors. Collectively, we drive the economy, provide goods and services, and support local communities and the nation. However, true recognition and popularity often begin when you are known for creating something unique within that same society. Opportunities beyond fame. Interestingly, you don't have to invent a groundbreaking product or solve a complex mathematical problem set by the best AI model to achieve this. What matters is harnessing available resources and logistics to create a product, service, or idea that others can use and appreciate, or copy what is out there and improve upon it. This can start right where you are, with just an idea, and your task is to execute that idea with clarity of purpose and to make the world better than you found it. To make a meaningful impact, you must contribute to the larger society in a way that extends beyond you and the duties of your job or services to an employer. In the end, you need to be known for something valuable and good, something that leaves a positive mark. Many members of the base group have been selfish with their skills and talents, sharing them only with an employer instead of creating something for the world. But in doing so, they've limited their impact, trading potential greatness for mere stability while restricting themselves to a single stream of income. In truth, I may never achieve the fame of Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos for what they are known for, Those opportunities and defining moments are already behind me. However, I can still create something unique and share it with the world. In fact, everyone has that potential. The real question is, how valuable or applicable will it be? The answer to that remains unknown until you give it a try. You never know what might happen. In today's connected world, opportunities abound to plug into existing systems and address gaps left by larger players, especially in the tech and business sectors. Mega companies create opportunities for other businesses to emerge and integrate with them. Curious about this dynamic, I researched several such companies and focused on the ones that particularly resonated with me. Examples of companies filling gaps. ICHI Corp. This company developed tools like Terraform, used by corporations to manage IT infrastructure as code. GitHub. Founded in 2008, it revolutionized software development collaboration. Microsoft acquired it for $7.5 billion in 2018. Kiva Systems. By automating warehouse logistics, Kiva Systems streamlined operations for major retailers. It was later acquired by Amazon for $775 million. These companies didn't reinvent the wheel. They identified inefficiencies and built solutions to address them. Their success highlights the potential of finding and filling gaps, even within well-established industries. On a personal level, I began exploring gaps in my own field of interest, opportunities to serve underserved markets or improve existing processes. It became clear that plugging into larger systems could amplify my efforts far beyond what I could achieve alone starting from the ground up. Lessons from Kiva Systems. Kiva Systems' journey is particularly inspiring. Founded by Mick Mounts, the company designed robots to improve warehouse logistics. These robots autonomously carried heavy loads, drastically improving efficiency for retailers like Gap and Nordstrom. The innovation didn't just save time and money. It redefined how warehouses operated. Amazon's acquisition of Kiva Systems underscores the value of addressing critical pain points in large-scale industries. The key takeaway here isn't necessarily to jump into the technology sector, but to understand that opportunities still exist. Even the largest companies leave gaps that others can fill. Success lies in thoroughly studying these companies, identifying their challenges, and designing solutions to address those gaps. While this realization can feel overwhelming, especially for those of us in the base group, it's important to remember that even the top 1% of companies and individuals started from the bottom. Most of what we see today didn't exist 2 to 3 decades ago, and a few years from now, many of them will be replaced by new innovations created by people just like you. Every idea, product, or service, whether mundane or sophisticated, is upgradable and replaceable. The human capacity for growth and innovation is limitless, and with the right tools and focus, it is entirely possible to catch up and make meaningful contributions. Mark Twain said it best, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." Even the greatest started at the bottom. Growth and innovation have no limits, only the courage to begin.